Howdy folks, Mark Serbu, gun designer, gun nut. Check this out. You ever see anything like this? Probably not, unless you're on Weapons Guild, because I made this in September of 2011 just to show everyone, you know, what I could design and build in a day. The title of the post was Design and Build a Gun in a Day. And to be fair, it's really an upper, it's not an entire gun, because I use a trigger group from a BFG 50. And it's even got a BFG 50 hammer. Now in the Weapons Guild post I used an M16 or AR-15 hammer. Actually it was an M16. But yeah, any of those kind of things. And this is a little bit overkill because an AR-15 hammer cocks back about that far. But since this is setting off a 50 cal, we go back even farther. So it's got a lot more energy that delivers to the firing pin, which is way overkill for a 22, but hey, whatever. I mean, better overkill than not enough, right? This thing is very funny as far as how it works. I mean, just, you know, there's a falling block action, and I decided this is a fall out block because, you know, you can literally just drop the whole thing right out. And I never even got around to making a firing pin retainer for it, so even the firing pin can just fall out. Funny design. Now, as I said in the Weapons Guild post, the breech block here is made out of 4142 pre-hard. And that's just, you know, it's basically 4140 chrome moly steel, but it's got a couple extra points of carbon. And whenever you see it listed as 4142, it's almost always pre-hardened. And it's hardened to Rockwell C28 to 32, which is pretty strong and yet not too hard to machine. It's a good compromise. We like to get our gun parts a little bit harder than that in general, but pre-hard is good for a lot of applications. And for a 22, this is plenty of strength. And the frame itself is just plain old 1018, and this little swoops are cut in there just to make it so you can push the trigger down, and it makes it look a little different. It makes it look kind of cool, and it's funny. I think it's cool looking. I really like, especially before I parkerize it, like some of these pictures you can see. I'm going to show all the posts from Weapons Guild. It looks really neat on the leading edge here. I went around this with a ball end mill, and I just kind of like the way it flares, you know, because you have to have a transition from a round to a rectangle shape. You don't want to just drill a hole in there. I mean, you can, but it's just, there's no style. Now this, it's kind of borderline no style because in reality, I wouldn't use a ball. I guess you could if you made a few more passes so it's a more gentle taper, because the way this is, it's just round and then flares right into rectangle. And I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? I mean, it's still got to go bang. And one other kind of funny thing on this is initially I just made a round piece, drilled a hole in it, and it was just going to be a smooth bore, which per our laws here in the US, you can't just have a smooth bore pistol. It turns into an NFA firearm, National Firearms Act, and has to be registered and all that crap. So I did put a barrel liner. I silver soldered a barrel liner in there. And I actually ended up, it's pressed in, which generally is good enough for a 22, but just for the hell of it, I also put a pin in there as well to hold it in. So I ain't going nowhere, but you know, I'd like to see something like this done with a really nice rust blue instead of just parkerizing. But that would be really funny. You know, something super crappy and cheap and made very quickly, but with a really beautiful bluing job, you know, with a really deep blue, high luster finish. Anyway, what would be really nice is if this could be some sort of semi-automatic, or at least something that's more practical, because as you'll see when I fire it, it is not really practical to load and fire and all that. But, you know, it's a gun. So, you know, it's a gun that I made in a day back in 2011 when I had time to do that crap a lot more than I do now. I'm going to get back to it, though. I'm going to retire eventually and have lots of time to play around. Anyway, let's go shoot it. All right, now who noticed that the previous footage was overexposed? Let me know in the comments. Okay, so I can see my bullet trap from here. Well, I got an oil bottle in the way. I don't want to shoot through that. So loading this thing is just as silly as you'd imagine. I really should have put an AR hammer, but whatever. So you just stick the round in there, and you know, God forbid you have to do this at night. And then you just stick the block in there, and that's it. It's loaded, ready to go. I've got it off safe. Now I've got it on safe. And I'm going to put my eyes and ears on and let's take a shot. I'll go ahead and have it in the center of the camera there, center of the screen. All right, ready? Fire in the hole. Well, I got to make damn sure I don't shoot anything on the way to the bullet trap. All right, fire in the hole. Let me know in the comments what your favorite gunpowder smell is. 22 versus 12 gauge. I really prefer 12 gauge, whatever the hell powder is in there. But 22 is a close second for sure. Okay. So now, if you can see that hit, man, it's a really, really hard primer hit. Like crazy hard. And what's neat, for you guys who've never made a 22 before, the firing pin, as you saw earlier, is round. You know, it's basically just, it doesn't come to a nice spherical tip. It's just a flat tip. And you want to put that tip so that it's like you put half of the circle on the rim and half of it off. So you're squishing the rim. If you go too far in, you miss the primer compound. You go too far out, you might not engage enough of it. So what I've found is a perfect compromise is just putting it right, the center line of that firing pin on the edge of the rim. So let's fire another one. You know, we need a Mr. Rogers neighborhood with guns, you know, where he comes in every day and, hey, how's it going, everybody? And changes his shoes and the little trolley run. I watched that as a kid. Who watched Mr. Rogers? Who's never heard of Mr. Rogers? Let me know. All right, firing again. All right, fire in the hole. Wait, can't see it. Here you go. Here we go. Fire in the hole. You know, we need some high-speed footage. Nah, high-speed footage wouldn't really do much because just you'll see the hammer going nice and slow, but who cares about that? But I bet we'll see the hammer bounce, or we would if I were to do high-speed, which I'm not. All right, how many shots you want? 3 enough? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's not the easiest thing to load and unload. It's kind of like, it makes the RN50 look practical, doesn't it? Actually, the RN50 is even slower than this, but who cares, right? Alrighty, last shot. Got it in the center there. Fire in the hole. And yeah, you do notice there are no sights on there, so gosh, what are you doing there, Mark? Well, I'm just sighting across the flat, you know, from one flat to another, and I don't know how I'm doing on the target. I'll probably look at it later and see, and maybe we'll take a look at it together. I don't know. You want to look at the target? Yeah, let's go do that. All right, this target's left over from our employee shoot-off that we have at the end of the work week every week, and I can see I hit here, here, and here. No, that's a 9. Yeah, the rest of these are 9mm, but yeah, definitely that's 22, that's 22, that's 22. And I was kind of aiming around here, so I could probably hit you in the face from 7 yards with that gun, so that's cool. Actually, it was more like 10 yards. Whew. So yeah, even without sights, you know, you could still hit a person, or you could hit a football. There you go. Hit a football-sized object. We don't want to talk about shooting people in the face now, do we? Ha! Ha! We gotta go look at that. All right, this is not movie magic, folks. I swear I was aiming for the freaking bullseye in the center. Look at that. And you know I just did that because I just showed you the target a minute ago. Man, that's awesome. So you don't necessarily need sight. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna go do another shot and just to see if I can repeat my performance. That'll be cool. All right, here we go. Trying for another bullseye. See if that was just pure dumb luck or can he repeat it? I don't know. Let's take a look. Let's see what we got. Oh my God. Dang. Wow, look at that. I mean, is that just easy to do, or am I just a gun god? I mean, come on. Well, what'd you think? A little cumbersome and slow, but I don't know. It's got a cool look to it. I think. You know, this is one of those things where you show it to somebody and they'll say, "What the hell is that?" Just because they've never seen anything like it, even though it's kind of dorky. In fact, I just texted a picture to Edwin and he goes, "Give me that gun," but he pretty much says that no matter what gun I show him. So I think he just wants stuff for free because you know how those people are.
Mark, I just saw a little preview of your video and I was a little confused what you meant by you people, like awesome people, good-looking people, intelligent people. Is that what you meant? And please stop making rumors about me being dead. I'm still alive. You better not put this in a video, Mark. I swear if you put this in a video... Oh, and I forgot to say, yeah, send me that gun. I need it. Even though it's a stupid gun, but just send it because it's free. I want it.
All right, folks. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you as always. Catch you next time. Okay, I'm not even going to walk over there yet. I'm just going to fire off another one. Fire in the hole.